Oh, no, states are saying, no, you're not going to look at our records. Oh, no, they just say, oh, no, it's been found that voter fraud is very rare. I heard this from the local mainstream media. They're parroting this crap. Not saying, well, who said that? What, were they Democrats? No investigation. They'll say, no, well, why not? This should be public record. We want to find out. Inquiring minds want to know. What are the facts? Let's find out who these voters are. I got to show ID to buy a can of paint. Okay, we want to know, did they show ID? Do they have an address? Do they have a phone number? I want to are these real people? Or are they dead people? We know that that's been proven to be dead people have voted, which is impossible, but this is what's going on. That's voter fraud. We know Bev Harris, a Democrat, by the way, that proved this black box voting. Look up that. Where they're doing percentages. Oh, these people, we want to trick this thing. Then they got vote flipping. So there are all these shenanigans going on. And then there's states denying the federal inquiry into we want to find out. We want to do our own study. We want to get our own statistics out there. Well, we want to show our own findings to the public. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Can't bring in a bunch of people from around the world saying, oh, we're just great altruistic humanitarians and we're compassionate, so all the people from third world countries come on into America. And then they let them vote for them with a wink and a nod. We got Obama saying, oh, well, you're a citizen. If you vote, that makes you a citizen. Oh, my God. You know what I mean? It's like, what is this crap? Is this constitutional crap? No, it's not. It's evil. It's just... It's designed to cause a perpetual clash of civilizations, okay, and to lower our standard of living. That's it. That's all they're doing by doing this. Just get those cocky American workers in line. Don't let them think you'll never have another union here or there. Don't protect the carpenters that are building your houses but can no longer afford to buy the houses they're building. No, we don't need to protect them. Nah, just contractors, they'll pay them ethically, right? But no, they're not. They could barely afford to pay their rent on what the contractors are paying them. Then they're hiring illegals, and then the good contractors can't compete with the crooked contractors are willing to hire illegals. Then the illegals say, we got all this protection. We'll show you a card. We got an attorney that says, no, you can't do this. And he's like, well, and look, I'm for everybody. DACA, I say let them all stay. But I say from here on out that Trump's right, put his foot down. And let's get to the bottom of this thing and find out about voter fraud and illegals voting, okay, undocumented workers voting. Okay, let's find out what the facts are. All these refugees from these Middle Eastern countries, from these dubious wars that were deliberately started to impoverish these people because they wouldn't capitulate to the banksters, putting them in debt because they hate usury. And now they're going to bring them in here just to keep on screwing things up and cause this perpetual clash of civilizations. And then they say, oh, we're the compassionate ones. We're the altruistic ones. No, there's liars, cheaters, thieves, murderers, thugs, criminals. They're debaucherous. I mean, I cannot stand. I abhor these people. Okay, their fruits are rotten. They stink to high heaven, and God does too. It's not the people themselves; it's their beliefs that I abhor. Their belief system, the idea, the gall, the nerve. How dare they, believe this way? But they're given over to evil, Luciferians. They don't care. They hate humanity. They write books. They build the Georgia Guidestone monuments where, we want to get rid of, 9/10 or more of the population of Earth, and we're the good guys. And after that, it's going to be all, coming up roses. Everything's going to be wonderful then. And they're sickening. They're putrid, pustules. So, no, I don't like them. I already talked about my apology to Roger Stone because I like him. I really think he's a good guy, and I like conservatives, and I think he's genuine and real, even though I totally disagree about, exalting. Well, Reagan wasn't too bad. I mean, I think he was real, but I think he failed miserably because he wasn't as cunning and diabolical as the banksters that kind of ran roughshod over his economic policy, like the great economist, Paul Craig Roberts, who worked in the administration will tell you. So, Roger Stone, you need to have a conversation with Paul Craig Roberts and understand that Ronald Reagan, although he might have the best of intentions, I liked him, and I liked him for talking about the UFO issue. I think that's a big issue, needs to be talked about. And I touched on that earlier. I'm not going to go into it now. But yeah, best of intentions, but things didn't get better during that era. That's when prices started going up. Housing prices, I noticed in California, started going up. So that's not good. That's not what we want. If you want to manipulate high-end housing, fine. But just like a car, if a house is old, it's supposed to depreciate in cost, in value, in worth, whatever. The price is supposed to go down. Okay, especially in light of the fact that we can stamp them out like pancakes now. So, Roger Stone, I would recommend you have a discussion with Paul Craig Roberts before he passes, because he's not a young man. So I wish you would have that conversation soon. I think it'd be a productive one. And I think you'd understand a little more about Ronald Reagan, and I think he might have shrunk away a little, too, after that assassination attempt from his bold stand, because I think he was a good guy at heart. And it might be the case even with Nixon. I don't know. All I know is there's a lot of differing views on these people. And a lot of people have the best of intentions when they castigate a guy or whether they love a guy. And I like people on both spectrums. And I don't have to dislike them. I can love them all and just say, look, are they righteous? Do they really believe what they believe? And then let's get to the bottom of this. Let's come together and let's fix the damn problems once and for all. That's all I'm saying. On to some thoughts from the past couple of weeks. Well, I have about 3 minutes left. I know 3 or 4 at the best here. Cold coffee. Even cafe latte is a little unpalatable when it's ice cold like that. Though some people like iced coffee, so that's their prerogative. Anyhow, thoughts from the past couple of weeks. Show me a time in history when humanity was ever allowed any appreciable period of time to be entirely free. That means free from the money masters, the satanic overlord class. And I'll show you an example of fake history. It's never been allowed to be tried. Because these people, these grand puppeteers, they know we can get along with each other with universal prosperity. That means universal freedoms. The captives set free. The system can work better. All that shelved technology, these patents and stuff, and the disruptive technology, planned obsolescence, all that stuff could be released. So it'll work way better, way better, way better. Infinitely better. Nearly incomprehensible, unimaginably better. The degree of happiness we'll all feel. However hyperbolic it may sound, over the past 40 years, if the cost for a VCR did what housing costs did, a VCR would cost tens of thousands of dollars. And conversely, if housing did what VCR costs did in that same period, the median price for a house would be about $1,500. That, in my mind, would be progress. What good is learning ancient history if we fail to learn from recent history? Recent history like 9/11, getting rid of the Glass-Steagall Act, the bailout of '08. Yeah, that's the kind of history that we need to revisit, the bailout of '08 particularly. Because 1 in 20 Americans has the inclination to steal if they think they can get away with it. We all must carry around a pocket full of keys and lock our doors. Well, that's right. Very small minority can really affect things negatively for everybody else. Actually solving mass chronic embedded societal ills is an existential threat to the status quo establishmentarians. Humanity is for the most part unwittingly undergoing a diabolical attack by a cult spiritualist and a full-force attack on our very sense of overall well-being. That's right, our overall sense of well-being is being affected by this madness in the land that's being shoved down all of our throats. And we got to get it, man. We got to come together as a species. Ever notice that no matter how we feel about paradigms, situations, relationships, both interpersonally and societally,